This is a place.
This is the place?
This is a place. We want to talk about. This is a place.
Thanks for listening to This is a Place podcast. My name is Brandon.
My name is Nate.
My name is Matt.
We want to wish everybody a happy National Bikini Day.
Bikini Day.
Very nice.
Isn't the SpongeBob place called Bikini Bottoms or something like that?
It is. Well, it's also National Work Without Your Hands Day. So it's nice that we don't have to worry about what we need to do with our hands.
Ooh, I never know what to do with my hands.
Yeah, so we don't need to worry about that today. And shout out to all our friends Ian out there because it's National Ian Day, as well as
How's it
National
spelled, though?
IAN.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my friend Ian. You don't count today.
So National Ian and National Sylvia Day.
The drug? Oh, that's salvia.
Sylvia was the answer. I wonder when National S'mores Day is, because today is also National Graham Crackers Day.
Wow. How many days can you have in a day?
There is a lot, and I have a whole list of those. These, for every day, we're doing an episode for the rest of the year, so buckle up, because I got one for every episode, or 20 for every episode, more like it.
What do you think the process is for getting a day registered?
There's actually a podcast all about that I'll send you. I can't quote it and what happens, but there's a whole process. But we debated doing an episode on this, and we're not going to do a full episode, but we do need to give Nate a little bit of relief and say that we both watched the dreaded documentary Abducted in Plain Sight, and it was an experience.
Yeah. Are you guys going to go to therapy with me now?
Probably need to at this point.
It was angering.
And for those of you who have not seen it, I think the only thing we should say about it is it's about two families in Idaho, two Latter-day Saint families in Idaho, who one of the families has a girl who's abducted by the father of the other family, kidnapped, not once, not twice, but thrice times. 3 times she gets kidnapped. The first one, they don't say the kidnapping. Yeah. Remember how the very first time he took her and they didn't really count it as a kidnapping because they didn't really report it at the very beginning with the very first one.
Oh,
In Mexico.
Where he pretends, yeah. So we're going to ruin it, but
that doesn't count?
In the doc, yeah, they don't count as a kidnapping in the documentary. But she really does get kidnapped 3 times. Because that's the one where he tried to stage like as if he was attacked or something, right?
Wait, is the second one when she goes to him, though, in Jackson Hole?
Man, it's been a few weeks now. Yeah, the FBI agent comes on and says, because after he talks about the story about them, the trailer burning down, or something, now we're getting too much. He says something along the lines of, and this was weeks before the first kidnapping. I'm like, how is that one not a kidnapping then? So there is 3 kidnappings. If you watch, you have to go rewatch it now.
That's okay.
It's just
I'll
that
take
one
your
of
word
them
for
they
it.
don't count. But
Yeah, I'll
I
take
tell
your
you
word.
what, if I came over, sorry, we're going way down the road that we're not supposed to go on. But all I know is if I went to you, Brandon or Matt, said, hey, your daughter come over and play for a couple hours, and a few days go by and you're not calling the police.
Yeah.
What the Hannah Montana, man.
Yeah, I text Brandon. I said, I'm so angry right now. Where he disappears with their daughter and they're like, we don't want to get anybody involved. I'm sure they're fine. And it's like, your daughter is gone. And it was, I text Brandon. I said that I am so mad right now at this.
Yeah,
and they
it's
didn't want to inconvenience any. They called the FBI and it's closed on the weekend, and we'll wait till Monday. And it was like that happened on Wednesday or Thursday.
you know what you know what movie plays in my mind or scene from my mind is Billy Madison about the lost dog. That's all it
You
goes.
get out, and you find that.
Find that flipping dogs.
That's so funny. Well, the other part that made me really mad as well is that he convinces the parents after the first kidnapping that part of his therapy is to cuddle her
Oh
in
my
bed
gosh.
at night.
Right, the therapy
So
thing. Yes.
bad. The
Yeah,
problem with this
yeah.
documentary is every single minute you don't think it can get worse, and it does.
Well, that's
over and
what.
over again.
So here's my little brother started talking about it when we were up at Snowbird, and me and my wife were like, "No, we never heard of it." He's like, "Are you kidding me?" Like it's like the number one documentary of all time on Netflix. And he says, "Tell you what, you guys need to watch it." And he just said the same thing. She gets kidnapped 3 times. That's all I'm going to tell you. And he says, "Here's what's going to happen. You're going to get 25, 30 minutes in, and you're going to text me saying, 'What the crap are you making me watch?' I'm going to text you back saying, 'Just keep watching. It gets crazier.'" And it does. And you're just like, I mean, seriously? Like,
I don't want to talk about much of what happens in it because it's all pretty disturbing, right?
yeah, it's disturbing and it's not worthy of us talking about because then it's not a family-friendly episode. But
Right.
I guess
and it's
that would
not
be
something
the
to really joke
disclaimer.
about.
Yeah, and that would be the disclaimer that it's definitely adult content as far as the subject matter goes. Like, you definitely don't want your kids watching this.
Yeah.
Or if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
those kinds of stories.
Well, yeah. Well, like you
you
just
might
said,
not
Matt,
want to
like,
watch them.
it's gonna make, if you have kids, especially a daughter, it's gonna make you mad that they were so naive. I'm super surprised that the girl is. I mean, I'm sure anyways, she seemed a lot. What's the correct word I'm looking for? She didn't seem really
You
messed
seem
up.
put together.
She seemed pretty put together. I think she does acting, and she's been in some. I think she's been in a Marvel film too, as like a kind of featured extra. I don't know. So you would expect a girl like that to be like a drug addict or something's really wrong with her. So props to her for getting over it the best that she probably knew how.
Yeah, she's more put together than you'd think she would be.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Iron Man 3.
There we go. That's the one. Yeah.
Wow.
Weird, huh?
That's random. Oh, she's in Baptist at Our Barbecue. That might be where I know her from. I remember her.
Crazy. So maybe, I don't know.
Huh.
I'm just like, is any of this not? Is this too crazy to be true, or is it true? I don't know.
I don't know. Crazy stuff. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. One other thing that is noteworthy is that I beat Matt in a race, so that's pretty cool.
Yep. No excuses.
On Mario Kart?
No, in a
our
5K.
Taylorsville 5K. Yeah.
5K you didn't show up for.
Oh, you guys did it?
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
wearing his shirt.
Nice.
And
I
I
had
beat
one
Matt
goal.
by how much did I beat you by, Matt?
0.3 of a second.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I had a goal I've never run in a race. And so my goal was to run this 5K in under 30 minutes with 0 training. And what was our time, Brandon? Do you remember?
It was a little bit over 30 minutes.
No. You didn't look at our time? It
What was it?
29 minutes, 58 point. You were 58.3 and I was 58.6 seconds.
Oh boy. Wow. We did it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I took a screenshot and sent it to you. You were just so focused on beating me, you didn't even look at our actual time.
Yeah. I will say I kind of cheated because Matt mentioned we should run at the end, and I just started running. I mean, I still was faster than you, but, I did get a little bit of a head start.
We can settle this if you want, but if you don't want to settle it, for the next year, you are the champion. So
I will remind
I'll just have to live with it.
Is
I
he
will
the
remind you
long
weekly.
distance champion, or if you did a 100-yard dash, who would win that one?
Ooh, maybe we should all race and see who wins.
Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty fast for a fat guy.
Tell you what,
Okay.
I'm going to race you guys from the entrance of Lagoon all the way to Cannibal, which is what we're talking about today.
But you got to dodge people and stuff like that.
Makes it even more skilled if you win.
True.
I don't run in theme parks, amusement parks
You're not
either.
supposed to. They says
Yeah.
walk, don't run.
I'm a good boy. I'm a rule follower. I do not run. So I will not participate in this race.
All right. Well, maybe we should do a real race and see who would win 40-yard dash or 100-yard dash or something like that. I'd still win, but we should do it anyway.
We should.
I like it.
But yeah, Cannibal. Why are we talking about Cannibal? Because it just turned 8 years old over the weekend.
So yeah, it's Cannibal's 8th birthday.
8th birthday. Can you believe it's been that long?
No.
Seems like she just arrived.
It seemed like it was 7 years ago, not 8.
I also find it funny. It clicked when you said we're gonna do the Cannibal's birthday, and I'm like, oh, it's July. And Lagoon does not open in July; it opens in April or May. And
Oh.
so, I remember when they were building it, and I had a friend at RC Willie. Apparently, his sister knew somebody. I don't know how accurate this is, but he was saying the reason why they're so behind is because they chose to put it together themselves to save money. And that's why they're running behind. But it also makes me think of Primordial, which
Right.
Brandon
It's
and
not open yet.
No, we have a
Supposed
bet.
to be coming this year, though, right?
Yeah, it's not coming this year.
I don't
You
think
don't
it
think
is.
so?
There's no way.
It's July 5th today. And Cannibal opened in the 1st of July, right? Was it the 2nd of July? And there's no announcement of when it's opening, anything like that. How can they open this even? Maybe they open in August? That just seems too late. I mean, I guess they can do it whenever, but it's like a whole season wasted without the new ride.
They'll open it for Frightmares.
They might.
A few years ago, when they mentioned the roller coaster was coming, there was this roller coaster enthusiast on Fox 13, I think. And he explained exactly what the ride is, which is so funny to go back because now we do have a better idea. And it would show it was really cheesy, but it'd show clips of him saying, there's going to be a shooting element, so you're going to have guns, it's going to be interactive. And then it would, this cheesy, transition to a Lagoon worker, and she'd be like, that sounds interesting. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And he basically explained the whole ride of what it really is. And
they didn't
so,
want to admit it. You're talking about Primordial still, right? Not Cannibal.
yeah, Primordial. Yeah, sorry. Not Cannibal yet.
When Lagoon reaches out and lets us know we have our date set to come in and see the new ride and test it, we'll do a whole episode and we will be very, very complimentary about how wonderful the ride is. Just in
I'm
case
sure
it
it'll
was
be
one.
great.
I just expect it to be something similar to like the Bat, like nothing.
No, Nate,
Crazy.
you can't say that.
Not-
They're gonna let us come and we have to be really
I'm
complimentary.
not saying that's negative. I'm just saying I don't expect it to be.
But what? Okay, so maybe the Bat's not the best example. But what do you guys think about Cannibal?
I love it.
I think sometimes the line gets a little crazy. I love the ride. I freak out every time I go up the elevator thing because it always feels like it's going to tip you over.
Yeah.
And then the only thing I do not really enjoy about Cannibal, I wish they would have done differently, is that kind of small section in the middle where you hang upside down. I don't enjoy that part. It almost hurts.
Yeah, the halfway. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, where it kind of slows down and you're basically under your.
I know there's a name for it.
What would you say about a good
A corkscrew.
Corkscrew.
5 seconds or so of just hanging upside down?
I don't
going
know if
to
there's
detract.
any rides now that have replicated it, but it was the first of its kind to do that. Correct? Pretty sure.
What
think
it's
so.
isn't that the steepest drop or something like that? It's got a record for something.
It's
It's
got
the
a bunch of records.
steepest. It's the steepest for how high it is. It's the tallest roller coaster within. What's the Beyond Vertical? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Making my tummy tickle just talk about it.
it's the
Really?
tallest roller coaster with the Beyond Vertical drop, and I think it's the fourth steepest drop
Wow.
out of all roller coasters.
There you go.
But it is a fun ride, and I know you can't really choose, but if you can be on the front, it makes it even that much more fun.
Yeah, to really see the impending doom when you're hanging
Yeah.
over the edge.
Yeah,
Yeah, the line is a little much. At least I guess it's kind of taken away the Wicked was kind of the big line prior to Cannibal opening. So it's taken the pressure off of Wicked, so you
A
go to
little
that
bit
one
of
quicker.
pressure, not a whole lot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Has
I
taken
mean,
some
we've
off.
grown a lot since then. Utah's much bigger and much more patrons.
Yeah,
But I do like they went further than probably any ride they've done with the theming for this ride. And that's still not a lot, but they put in the statues outside of it, and they've got the statues within the middle section of the ride, which that's maybe one of the negatives. You can't see them as well because you're just going so fast. There's a elephant and stuff. Probably other things.
Rattlesnake Rapids is, I think, pretty themed.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like the big sign with the rattlesnake, but not in the ride.
I mean,
Is there
you're
any-
going through like a mine and stuff, and there are mine carts.
All right. That's true.
I'd say Cannibal feels the most like if you're like at Universal Studios or Six Flags, right? It's
Right.
like big time roller coaster. Wicked is that way too, but Wicked doesn't really have any, except for that little sign that you're around the corner. But
Yeah.
like Cannibal kind of has, what do you call it? Background noise,
Yeah, I
or
mean, when you're
soundtrack or something to make you kind of get.
there is music or there's sounds
Yeah,
playing when you're
Yeah,
rising.
they got the music, and even when you're going up that elevator shaft, and it's dark, and they got like the drums beating or whatever.
Yeah, you go in and it goes oh, and the doors open.
Yeah. And one time I went on Cannibal, they had that sound turned off and the lights were on in there, and that freaked me out even more because then I could see the bottom.
The mechanics.
So I'm like, oh, we're gonna die. But
Yeah, the first time I went on it, I was blown away, just because. I mean, I could see what was going to happen, but hearing the music going up, it just made it so intense and got you really excited for the ride. So I think they did a good job with that one. I think I wouldn't change much about the ride.
except for the upside down part for me. I don't mind like Wicked goes upside down because it's a quick upside down, and that's fine. I like that, but just hanging upside down,
It is uncomfortable.
I don't like. Yeah, it's uncomfortable for big guys like me. What's that other ride, the airplane one or whatever, over by Jetstar? I don't like that one for that reason because you're just upside down way too much.
Yeah.
But I do like. Is it called Screamer? That's what route I moved over next to Cannibal.
Mm-hmm.
That one's fun. That doesn't really hurt to go upside down on that one.
Yeah, that one's good.
I think Cannibal is as tall, if not taller, than the Rocket. And when I go up, I'm not nearly as afraid as I am on the Rocket. I think part of that is because there's something under my feet.
Yeah.
So even though I'm
100%.
going up that or the elevator, it doesn't scare me. Although, Nate, I never noticed the tilt until you pointed it out a few years ago. And now that's all I notice when I'm
Yeah,
going up. And it
That
gets to
freaks
that
you
part,
out.
it tilts a bit. And yeah, you just think, what if something happened
What
here?
if it's not locked in? We're gonna slide out.
Yeah. So, of course, they have all that stuff figured out, and I'm sure they're backup
We need
safety
hope,
measures.
right?
There has to be backup safety measures in case that stuff ever does happen.
Well, there is really no committee or government committee in charge of roller coasters. I mean, obviously they don't want people to die, so they do what they can to ensure safety, because if people are dying every day, then you're going to lose business. But my understanding is there's no like federal guidelines for roller coasters. Right?
That's the last thing I'm going to think about before I go to sleep tonight.
Did you see that recent roller coaster in North Carolina or South Carolina that had a crack in it?
Somebody died, right?
No, nobody died, but somebody on the ride noticed that the structure had a big crack, and they told somebody, so they shut the whole ride down. And they showed pictures of it, and it's a pretty sizable crack.
Just a bystander saves everybody's lives.
Well, they were on the ride at the time, and as they were going past the beam, they noticed that it had a big crack in it. So
wow,
yeah, you never know, just one wrong move, and that roller coaster, not too fun. But we haven't even talked about the best part about the ride. Do you know what it is?
When it's over?
No, it has a waterfall.
It does.
Jeez. Duh.
Which was a big reveal when they were opening it, because you could obviously see what they were building. But then they said, we have like opening day things that will be revealed, and that was it. Was a water feature.
I mean, I'm chill with it. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, hold on. Going back, is it Primordial? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Didn't they say they pulled a permit to be higher than Cannibal?
Yeah, there's not a chance.
And it's not.
Not even close.
So
this is a different kind of, if you don't know anything about it, Nate, it's a different kind of roller coaster. It's not, it's a different kind of thrill. I won't ruin it. I won't spoil it.
Wait, you've been on it? Or you just seen the videos?
Brandon shared a video of a roller coaster in Canada made by the same people that made this roller coaster. And it is very revealing of what it's going to be like.
Oh, well, send it to me.
It could be exciting, but it's not what you think it's going to be like. It's not an extreme roller coaster. It's probably more of a tame roller coaster with other exciting things going on.
Like Toy Story at Disneyland.
I'm just going to watch the ride through of the ride and see if there's anything we're missing. Oh, yeah, they
Cannibal?
got the rhino inside.
Oh, when you first go in?
Yeah, so this is from a while ago. This was 7 years ago, so things weren't quite done, I don't think. They're still working on some things. And it looks like, I think the lights are on in this video inside. So what you were talking about, Nate, kind of a little more scary. I was always alarmed by the thing going up on the side. You're going up and the thing's going down. I don't know why. That just scared me.
Like one goes up, one goes down?
Yeah. Like it dumps you off and then it goes back down to get the next group of people or something.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense so that you can push more carts through.
You get a nice view, though.
So we have season passes and we do go to Lagoon. Well, last year we did not. We only went during like Frightmares. But I feel like every time I've been Lagoon, Cannibal breaks down, at least for a little bit. So I think that's part of the reason the lines get so crazy, because it moves pretty quickly when it's up and running 100%. But I feel like it breaks down a lot. But I understand that they're like, if there's any chance of possible problem, they're not going to risk somebody's life, so.
So Matt and I mean, Nate was invited but didn't come to Frightmares with us. Was it last year that we went on Cannibal 3 times in a row?
It was the year before, and it was because it was rainy and cold.
Yeah. We closed out the ride. I think we were the last
Well,
Last
see, now I'm
one's-
getting confused because I think last year we closed out the ride. But the year before that is when we went on it 3 times in a row.
Oh, so okay, yeah. So it was the last ride we went on both years, but one time was 3 times, and last year was. You're right. We had to hurry over to get onto it, and we closed it out.
Yeah, we got in line and then the guy behind us closed the chain off.
Yeah, and
And-
I was surprised that usually rides such as this one I can't go on a lot of and very frequently because I'm just getting old, and my head doesn't do very well. But after we'd gone on it 3 times, I didn't feel that bad. And I was shocked because it doesn't jostle you that much,
Yeah,
this ride.
it's pretty smooth. Besides the upside down hanging part, it's not. I don't think it makes you sick compared to other rides. Like if you did Samurai 4 times in a row, you might want to puke.
I haven't been on Samurai in years. But yeah, this one, it's a smooth ride, pretty much. Except for that one section.
Do you remember, Brendan, what we were laughing about the entire time when we rode it together?
No, I don't.
I'm disappointed.
What were we laughing about?
I do not know how to properly scream on a roller coaster,
Oh, yeah.
and I hold all of my scream in my body. So I do this weird thing where I'm like, and I do that noise. It's like I just got the wind knocked out of me. And so I try to scream out loud to help get that out. And I screamed. I screamed like a second and a half too early, and it became really awkward. It
I'm
was
kinda
really
remembered
awkward.
it.
Yeah, so I like screamed and then I stopped screaming before we even went down. Which was pretty funny. We had a good time and we laughed about it. And I'm aware when I ride Wicked and I shoot off that I make that noise. And Brandon, I think you laughed about it on that ride too. Because when you get to the top and go over, I just go.
Like you're doing a big poop or something?
Yeah. So I just can't let out my scream. But I do have a story. I remember when your guys' podcast started back in the day, you guys used to do Google reviews.
Oh, yes, we did.
So I looked up some Google reviews and it actually reminded me of a story. So if it's all right with you guys, I'm going to read a few reviews.
Do it.
Of course, the 1-star reviews is what I'm looking at. So I don't know how this first review is going to be received, but I will read it out loud. This very pretty young lady was unable to ride the ride because the lap bar couldn't click in all the way. I think her size is beautiful, and the ride should definitely have some changes to be more accommodating to all sizes. The workers tried their best to let her ride, but the ride itself needs some changes. No comment.
No comment.
No comment. And of course, when you look at 1-star reviews, there are reviews that don't make sense. This one says, this review from Cool Kid says, they don't let you in. You have to pay $20 just for the roller coaster. I don't know what he means by that. But that is a head scratcher. This is the review that unlocked a memory in my head. So it says, I'm just going to assume what they said. Was terrible. No, I don't know. Oh, was terrible. Halfway through the ride, the belt unclipped a notch and I was scared to death. So this happened to my brother.
Cannibal?
On Cannibal. The first time I ever rode it was with my brother. And we went on and it was great. It was awesome. And then I left and my mom was there and my brother thought it was so much fun. He wanted to take her on it. They get on it and they get all buckled and everything. Not buckled because it's not buckles. It's hydraulics. And when they go up and start going down under the drop, his harness clicked. So it wasn't very tight, and it freaked him out. It terrified him. I don't know. He'd probably ride it again if he came in town, but I know it like freaked him out. So reading that review made me wonder how often that happens, where you think, and of course you're probably safe, but it didn't click all the way in to the right position. So you might be in between these two clicks. And so you think it's a lot tighter than it is. And when you start going down, it loosens. And yeah, my brother freaked out, and so did this person with the 1 star.
Yeah, that would be pretty scary. Well, I give my review, and I think it's pretty great.
I like it. It's one of my favorites. It's one of those you have to do. I even love, my favorite is at night.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
even like at the sunset. It's so pretty to get up there and see the whole valley. So sunset or at night is awesome.
This is a dumb question. Does Lagoon ever do fireworks
Once a year, I think.
on
Do
4th
they?
of July?
Maybe twice. I know they do
Maybe
on either the
24th.
4th or the 24th.
That would be a good time to ride it. That's always at Disneyland for comparison, right? That's one of the peak times to ride something
Big Thunder
roller
Mountain.
coaster. Yeah, I've been on Big Thunder Mountain during fireworks, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Never going to top it. And that would be pretty cool, but I don't know where the fireworks would come from. So I don't know if you'd get a very good view of them from this ride.
I think they come from China.
No, I mean, like, what direction? All right, I see what you're doing there.
I see your dad joke there.
I see a dad joke there.
My memory from a kid when we went one time was that they were behind the Colossus, shooting off from behind the Colossus.
So you wouldn't be able to see it.
But that was however many years ago, probably more than 20 years ago. So they could have changed location. But yeah, I love Cannibal. It's one of my favorites. I do like the sign on the outside where it says the cannibal will swallow your belongings.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cannibal will eat your food, your phone, your hats, your glasses.
Back when we did reviews in the olden days, and we did a review on, it was on a Lagoon episode, I think. Someone specifically had a review about Cannibal taking their hat and how they just wanted to get their hat back.
And instead got a free hot dog.
Is that what they got?
I don't remember. I think it was that same episode. Somebody was offered a free hot dog at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, well, either way, you don't want to take your belongings on this ride. I take my hat, I sit on my hat, just to make sure it doesn't blow away. Happy 8 years to, I would say, the best ride at Lagoon.
And I hope there are many, many years to come. Many
Agreed.
great years. Do you think they would ever update it somehow?
I don't think they need
I think
to.
we're years away from that.
What would they
20, 30
do
years
to
away.
improve it?
To improve it?
More waterfalls, maybe?
Anti-gravity machine?
Take away the part that goes upside down. Make another loop. I don't know.
Add more animals.
Yeah, more animals. That'd be cool.
Well, since we're talking about Lagoon roller coasters, and you said they made one from another place, they need to go track down the person who made the Velociraptor ride at Universal Studios and bring that to Lagoon. That is
Peak.
probably the best roller coaster I've ever been on, as far as thrill ride goes.
Sure.
To date. Then again, I don't have a whole lot of roller coaster experience outside
You
of
haven't been on
Lagoon.
Primordial yet, so
So that's coming.
reserve your judgments.
That's true.
I think this episode has eaten itself up, like a
It's been
cannibal.
a crazy ride.
It's been a crazy
Looks like
ride.
Matt's disappearing.
Matt has been cannibalized. So I
It's
guess
like he's going into the field from Field of Dreams,
yes,
the cornfield.
but
And
it's a
he's
field.
bringing babies back out with him.
He's being
Oh.
consumed by the blue.
Speaking of documentary, Mr. Blue.
I guess we'll end the episode there. Thanks for listening to This Is a Place podcast.
And this was a place we just talked about.
Bye, everybody.
That's bad.
Bye now.
I can't find no relief.
Thanks for listening to This Is a Place podcast.
This was a place we just talked about.
I know.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna leave it all in.
Sorry.
We were making fun of you. It's all good.
Please leave it in. I want to hear what you say.